Alright, hello and welcome to this week's video. This week we're going to be talking about the Lions test. It's a much anticipated date in the rugby calendar, and on Twitter we had our friend Mr. David Wainwright write in and he said he wanted to be a guest on this video, so here we are with Mr. David Wainwright. Welcome, Disco, to the show. So we're going to talk about the Lions, and it's been a bit of an inconsistent start for the Lions, hasn't it?
Yeah, so they've had 4 warm-up matches. They've played the Provincial Barbarians, which is from the division below Super Rugby. So it's like the all-star team from that, which they managed to win 13-7. Then they've taken on 3 of the Super Rugby franchises from New Zealand. They played the Blues, who inflicted the first defeat on the Lions from this tour. That was with not quite a full-strength side. That was when they were still trying to give everyone a run out. Lost 22-16. Then they had a slightly stronger side take on the Crusaders, which was anticipated as the 4th test match. Sort of unofficially, it's the strongest match outside of the test matches of the warm-up games, which they ran out 12-3, Owen Farrell kicking the penalties. And then they had a game yesterday morning. We're filming this on Wednesday lunchtime, where they lost to the Highlanders. Good game, very high-paced, and there was some poor defensive work from the Lions in the second half, and they lost 23-22.
So, going back to the warm-up games, I think the win against the Crusaders, they were unbeaten all season, right?
Yeah, unbeaten all season, probably the best side in Super Rugby. You know, full of All Blacks. They had the entire front 5 was New Zealand, either current or ex-internationals. Front row probably lining up against England against the Lions in the first test. And then it was a very dominant showing by the pack, so that was positive.
So in contrast to that, the game before, the warm-up game before against the Blues, they were questionably the worst side.
Yeah, questionably the worst side. They've got, personally I thought the Blues attacking sort of their back line was far more inventive. Great try from Ehar West, and they also had Sonny Bill Williams in the back row, the mercurial Sonny Bill Williams, who's one of those guys blows hot and cold, but he was absolutely brilliant against them, and England didn't really have I've said England again, I'm going to have to keep changing that. It's the Lions. The Lions didn't have an answer really in the centres to those two, and there's an absolute brilliant try to win it in the 74th minute. Ehar West skinned 2 or 3 backs, left halfpenny on the floor.
Chesney, the big prop. On beautiful ball away, Lua to Sonny Bill Williams. Oh, he's got a scorcher away to West. West. Oh, what an amazing try.
Well, it's easy to say why he keeps in England. I reckon England would do a pretty good job.
You could put the English team out.
They definitely wouldn't be as inconsistent as the Lions.
I think one problem the Lions suffer with is that the pack, playing forward in the forwards is forward play, whereas the backs there's a lot more timing, a lot more synchronisation, and you just see there's quite often where you'll see a scrum half and a fly half that have never played together, a pair of centres, and the running angles, the lines, the offloads, they just look a little bit out of sync. Where an international teammate that you play with day in, day out, that you know where they're going to be for the offload, whereas someone else might go on the other shoulder or pick a different line when you're not expecting it. So there's quite a few little bits that they tried working out. So the forwards have definitely been a lot better than the backs, but it'll be interesting to see which combinations they go with come test match time next weekend.
Yeah, sure. So obviously you can see why I got Disco. He knows his rugby. And what we want to talk through today is our starting 15 for the Lions in that first test.
So they have got, if I can find it, so they have got 6 matches left. They take on the Maori All Blacks, which will be an interesting game. They're similar to the Barbarians, just guys that are Maori New Zealanders, and they will come out and look to hit the Lions hard. But you'd probably expect the Lions to run out winners in that.
So you'd see, by the time this is out, that game would have already been played. So
hopefully our 15 looks pretty good. However, rugby, brutal game. You saw with the injury to Stuart Hogg at the weekend, doesn't take much for one injury ruin the plan, and then you might have to change 2 or 3 people to suit. For example, if Lee Halfpenny goes down, you'd probably put Liam Williams at full, so that would change who's playing on the wing and at fullback. So they've got a warm-up game against the Chiefs to come midweek next week. Then they go into the test matches starting Saturday the 24th. Then they play the Hurricanes, probably just a notch below the Crusaders. So that'll be a good for the guys to try and push claim for the second test. And then there's no midweek game in between the second and final tests, first week of July.
So going back to that first test, which is the 24th.
24th of July, 8:30 start.
24th of June.
24th of June, we read that, it's the 24th of June.
Yeah, so it'll be next week. It'll be next weekend, and we'll outline our starting 15.
We both named a 15. I think we agreed on 13 positions. This might not necessarily be the side that will start. It's partly who we'd like to start and who we think will start, because you never know with Warren Gatland. You might throw in 1 or 2 extra Welshmen and deserve the actual position.
So what we'll do now is we'll show you both our lineups, and then we'll discuss further. Okay, so starting at the backs.
Start with the backs.
We've both gone for Lee Halfpenny.
Lee Halfpenny at fullback. It probably would have been Stuart Hogg, player of the tournament for the last 2 Six Nations for Scotland. But good under a high ball, picked some great lines, good attacking threat. Defensively left a little bit wanton and was a bit inconsistent in his 2 warm-up games, but again, he's gone home. They've not called up a replacement, even though Mike Brown could have done.
Yeah.
He's probably the best defensive Northern Hemisphere 15, but he's surprisingly left out of the tour party. So we're both expecting Lee Halfpenny to start at 15 and probably be the long-range goal kicker for anything outside of the fly halves range.
Yeah, so Lee Halfpenny to start fullback. Both of us picked George North, who doesn't really
stand out. Like, it's one of the weaker positions wing, I'd say, for the Lions.
Yeah.
The other options, again, Anthony Watson, great going forward. Not sure you'd want him marking Julian Surveyor on the wing. Jared Payne, the sort of Northern Irish mixed fullback winger. Again, bit unknown, good for the midweek games, but probably not want to be starting in test. And you've got Tommy Seymour, who from Scotland, who also was pretty inconsistent against the Highlanders yesterday. Scored a good try on interception, but again, probably not who you're going to be asking to start a test match.
Up comes Tommy Seymour, who's impressive there. Timed that beautifully, and Seymour right at the start of the second half.
So we got George North at 14. 11 was a bit of
11's a bit of a toss-up.
So I went for Elliot Daly. I just think Elliot Daly has the X factor. We talked about Lee Halfpenny's long range kicking. I think Elliot Daly can do
Yeah,
that.
he hit the crossbar pretty much from 58 metres yesterday to go for the win. That's far beyond what you normally expect from a fly-off, so he's a good option.
But what he also brings is exciting running with the ball as well.
Yeah.
Whereas
I went for Liam Williams, so I've gone for an all-Welsh back 3, whereas I think he's just a little bit more dynamic defensively. He's a bit more physical, gets involved. Can also play 15, so they could swap Halfpenny and if they needed to sort of have a change up. Whereas I think Elliot Daly will probably be on the bench for the test matches because he can play and did play for England in the Six Nations anywhere across the centre, on the wing or at fullback. So I think he'll probably go a bit safer, Gatland, and then he can just play Daly with a fly half. And then if he has a substitution that he needs to make early on, he doesn't have to worry about changing the whole back line, he can just plug Daly into any of the gaps.
yeah, and like you said, they're Welsh, Gatland, the Welsh boss.
I do think that Jack Null has looked pretty poor, and he's very inconsistent. Defensively, he made a few mistakes, quite a few knock-ons. He's looked a step below, and I think Warren Gatland from go what for he trusts, and have North and Williams in there for the start in the first test.
Okay, so moving up the field.
Moving into the centres.
I think 12.
12, one of the positions where you could go with a lot of different combinations tactically. Obviously, England usually go for Farrell Ford, obviously, Ford at 10, Farrell at 12. You've got Ben Teo in the squad as a 12, he's a bit more direct, hoping to contain the powerful New Zealand centres in the midfield. He's a bit more direct. You've also got Robbie Henshaw who could play there from Ireland. Again, a bit more direct, a bit more defensive. Or depending on who gets on fancy, you could see Sexton or Farrell lining up at 12. So that's one of the positions. It all depends how the Lions feel about lining up defensively.
So we both went for Ben Teo.
We both went for Ben Teo at 12.
Because we just think the battering ram
technique, Jamie Roberts-esque, not quite as physical, but Warren Ball, as you've probably heard mentioned quite a bit. He likes first ball carrier, flat ball from the fly half, and just smash into the midfield, and hoping to contain when they try and do the same tactic.
Alongside him at 13, Jonathan Davis.
Yeah, probably the standout Welsh back from the Six Nations. Spectacular, you know, one of the better all-round centres. Physically, his attacking game is superb. Only thing with him is he went off with a concussion in one of the warm-up games and hasn't been since.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that he can be fit for the test.
Yeah.
And again, attacking threat. You could possibly go Jonathan Joseph, but that would be more of a outside selection at this stage.
Okay.
Good to bigger to Joseph now. Here's a chance. Jonathan Joseph. Showing what he can do, what the Lions can do.
So then you got the scrum half and the fly
Scrum half, the half-backs.
So I think we've both gone for Conor Murray.
Yeah, Conor Murray again, standout scrum half from the Six Nations.
Alongside Iron Farrell.
Iron Farrell, yeah.
So Johnny Sexton, not.
Johnny Sexton, I think he's a notch below Iron Farrell as an international fly half. A bit wet defensively, not sure you can ever take on New Zealand. Bowen Barrett would shred him to pieces.
Okay.
So probably looking at those two, again, knowing Gatland, wouldn't be surprised if Reece Webb got the start. Similar player, you know, looks to pick and go quite quickly, but I'd see Reece Webb being as the scrum half on the bench, along with Johnny Sexton.
Yeah. So that's our backs.
I think that's an area where you're hoping for a bit of parity with New Zealand. Not sure we're going to blow New Zealand away. You know, if we're playing a match that's first to 40, I think we'll lose quite comfortably. I think they're going to look to try and keep it as tight as they can and hope for defensive play from the backs and a powerful back row leading the line rather than trying to race New Zealand up and down the field, because not many teams get away with that.
Yeah. So moving on to the forwards, would you say that's the strongest?
The strongest, the tight five are where I think our best chance of beating New Zealand. You know, something like 2017 penalties, the old pushover try with them, rolling maul.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, when we played the Crusaders, we were very strong in the tight five. However, when we played the Blues and the Highlanders, we were both found wanting. I mean, Highland had a pushover try from 10 yards from a rolling maul that we didn't contest, so that was surprising.
To go into the final quarter. Coleman throws, it's Dixon again. Youngster making an impact here at the line-out. Look at this from the Highlanders. Price from the zoo at the other end, but the whole of the ground now, and Coleman!
So the front line, props in the Maka Vunipola.
Yeah, again, both solid tight head prop. Been the standout prop so far. Again, one of the better props in the Six Nations, and I think it's just someone you plug in and don't have to worry about. He run the day, good in the loose, good in scrum. Yeah, so I think he's one of the better, safest picks going.
So then Owens the hooker.
Yeah, Ken Owens at hooker. It's probably pre-season. You would have probably gone pre-series. You've gone Rory Best being the first fly half to be chosen.
Okay.
Rory Best being the first hooker to be chosen. However, he was a bit inconsistent throwing in the line out. Connor's just put me right up, sorry. So, I'll start that again. So pre-series, you would have probably gone with Rory Best being the hooker for the first test. However, he's been a bit inconsistent. Wasn't at his best during the Six Nations, whereas Ken Owens has come along. Again, surprisingly, he got picked ahead of Dylan Hartley.
Yeah.
And obviously they took Jamie George as a backup, even though he's the English backup but not the starter, which was, I think, just goes to show how little Warren Gatland rates Dylan Hartley. But Ken Owens has been absolutely superb in the series so far, and I think he'd be an excellent choice to start at hooker.
Yeah. And then we had a bit of a debate over the...
Yeah, you went with Dan Cole,
Yeah.
and I went with Ty Furlong, the Irish loosehead. I just think that Dan Cole has, again, looked a little bit below par in the matches so far.
Yeah.
He gave up a couple of penalties at scrum time last time out, and I just think that Ty Furlong is a bit more dependable. Although a rogue selection, again, I think he'll be on the bench like he was for England. Cole Sinclair, he's looked spectacular, but I'm not sure he's quite ready to take on the New Zealand attack yet. But he'd probably be the one of the props on the bench. I mean, he's been absolutely great. He's made a couple of breaks in the game so far, and even tried an audacious tap and go penalty, which failed spectacularly. But at least he's one of those guys that comes on, gets involved, gets everywhere,
Yeah.
smashes the rucks, and will probably feature in the starting up towards the end of the series, I reckon.
Okay.
That'll be one of my rogue shots.
Okay. So then, second row, Alan Wynne-Jones, Maritoji. I don't think Maritoji needs much.
I don't think Maritoji needs any, you'd be heavily surprised if he doesn't start. I mean, he's one of the most athletic forwards in world rugby.
Yeah.
He's only 21, 22 years old, but gets everywhere. Great in the line out, great in the loose, smashes people defensively. Similar to Courtney Laws,
Yeah.
but I think he's just got that little bit more about him. Has played back row for England, but I think you'd plug him in at 5.
Okay.
And a little bit of debate could be had, Alan Wynne-Jones or George Cruz. Cruz was spectacular for England last time out in Six Nations in 2015.
Yeah.
2016. Missed the 2017 series due to injury,
Yeah.
where he lost his place to Joe Launchbury, who should, in my mind, was player of the tournament, man of the match in England's 3 of their 5 games. But he's surprisingly been left at home for Ian Henderson, who will probably not feature.
Yeah.
But so it'll be Alan Wynne-Jones, or with injury it'll be George Cruz. I don't think there'll be much lost if you started either one of those.
Right. So moving on to the back.
The back row, where we all agreed. I mean, the main thing there is the injury to Billy Vunipola. I think he's a very dynamic ball carrier. It showed that England missed him quite heavily during the Six Nations. He missed due to ankle injury, and he's chosen to have surgery, so he dropped out of the series. So we've gone for CJ Stander of Ireland at 6.
Yeah.
I think he's again similar kind of ball carrier to Billy Vunipola. I think he looks to smash the game line, and I just hope that he can try and keep Kieran Reid in touch, who's one of the probably best players in world rugby. I think he was World Player of the Year a couple of years ago, and so he will have a big part to play should there be a Lions victory.
Warburton, the captain.
Yeah, Sam Warburton, captain at 7. I think again, Warren Gatland's gone with what he knows. Steady character, like looking for a lot of turnover ball from him, try and hit the line out.
And then,
Looking for lots of turnover ball from the ruck, hit that hard, and really just try and keep Sam Cane off the ball.
then last but not least, at number 8, Toby Faletau.
Toby Faletau, again, so another Welshman in the 4 pack. Missed by Wales during the Six Nations, was injured. Ross Moriarty was absolutely spectacular for them, so he earned himself a call up. Wouldn't be surprised if he featured. He's been brilliant in the tour matches, but I think Gatland will go for form in previous tournaments and what he knows, rather than what's going on in the reset games. I think Warren Gatland will go for form from the series before and what he knows and what he's delivered previously, compared to Moriarty, you're going off a couple of games where he has been very good. but I think again he's probably likely to be on the bench.
So that's our 15.
That's our 15s.
I feel very Welsh inclined due to
Yeah, I think Warren Gatland has gone for again what he trusts and what he knows against rather than maybe being a bit more adventurous.
Yeah. Will that cost the line?
To be honest, I think you could put out 4 or 5 different combinations of players, and it's going to take spectacular performances from the 23 on the day to beat this New Zealand side, 2-time reigning world champions. I don't think we've won in New Zealand since 1971, and I, to be honest, can't see us troubling them. I think it will be 2-1, if not 3-0.
Okay.
I think New Zealand will win the first 2 tests, and then a few changes we may have a chance in the last one, but I see it being 2-1 New Zealand.
Okay, so that's Disco's prediction, very cheery prediction.
Yeah, it's a very cheery prediction.
We'd love to hear about your predictions as well. If you have enjoyed this video, please comment below, like, share it. Don't forget to subscribe, and please, your 15, send them in, and we'd love to hear from them. I'm sure Disco would love to hear from them.
Yeah, I'd happily put down any Welshmen who want to send in the Welsh thing. Last time they played New Zealand was 48-6.
So thank you for joining us, Disco.
Not a problem, thank you.
A great start.
Yeah.
Hopefully see you on many more videos.
Indeed.
Cheers for joining us. Thank you.